Right, let's move on to the number 2 operator in this market, although it has quite big international operations too, and that's Sun International. The core properties they own are Grand West, which is the dominant gambling, gaming destination in the Western Cape. Sun City, which of course is more of a kind of destination place. They have lots of conferences and other things there. But then it's got a big exposure in South America, because under Graham Stevens, the now departed CEO, they went and bought Monticello, then merged with an operation called Dreams down there. So it's got a fairly solid operation in that environment. Menlyn Maine is the new property which is being opened in the Menlyn environment. That's in Pretoria, Tshwane. So that's interesting, although it had a trading update out yesterday which disappointed. We'll talk about that. Market capitalization, 8.1 billion rand. Quite a big step down from Tshwane.
Yeah.
Price to earnings ratio has flown out the window because they've been making losses, and the trading update reflected a further decrease in that because of provisions for the wind down of the arrangement with Piermont. Lots going on. Dividend yield around 3%. So very noisy and unfortunately falling foul. A big 15% drop in the share price yesterday.
It wasn't good yesterday. I think the numbers were basket pedestrians. Apart from Sun City, I think all of them have been doing badly. Their South Latin American business, you know, the Dreams, I think there was a little bit of some positivity. So I think most of their money, possibly where the revenue was positive, is in your slots business rather than the rest of the operations. The occupancy rate possibly in Sun City, that has maintained the profitability of the group, but overall still negative, and certainly investors were not happy yesterday. Today it's basically about 0.5 up, I think.
Yeah, so sort of formed about. Look, but if you look at
bouncing off
the share chart, this is going to be a 5-year chart. This will show a bit of a mixed bag, but in fact if you go back another 5 and look at a 10-year chart, then it's sort of been at this level or around this, you know, for the decade. And it's been successive kind of, I won't say missteps, because, you know, they've been coming forward and trying different things. But the net result, sadly, is not really, you know, resulted in a sustained uptick. Yeah, I
was just going to say, let's look at what their new development in Pretoria is going to do. Possibly it will be positive and complement Sun City. But I mean, Sun City possibly is a hotspot for them. We've got the artificial beach there, you know, the waves value of the waves. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
So that's where basically I go.
But you're right, Menlyn Maine is very important because understand what happened there is they took another license that was in the Gauteng area. They got permission from the gambling board to move it into Menlyn, which is very important. They took a write down on the value of their carousel asset. Is the one that you, I'm sure, are familiar with. You keep going up on the N1 because their perception was that that's going to draw a lot of business away. I think that is true because currently people who live in like Centurion, for example, that like to gamble probably go to Monte Casino. Now Menlyn Maine is new. It's going to be fabulous. I think it's going to be a huge positive. However, they've got a deal where they had to pay Piermont for the possible impact on Emperor's Palace, the one at the airport at Tambo. It's complicated because they reduced their claim against them in the Gauteng gambling board. So, you know, this is tricky. And the write-down came because the new CEO, Anthony Leeming, who's the CFO, came on now. He wants to get all this stuff out so that the next set of results look
Some
good.
of these agreements, you remember the agreement between Kumba and ArcelorMittal with the Tshwane, whatever they were doing the pricing, it could be that negative, depending obviously on how they structure it with Piermont in terms of the relation between, certainly.
Okay, but at the same time, you know, the South American assets do look good, I must say, looking at those. Monticello has also been a very strong operator. I saw some of those places because about a year and a half ago I was down in Chile, and I must say those facilities look fine.
Fantastic,
and that economy is coming along well and doing fine. So I guess the question is, do we wait and see how it goes, hot or not?
I think I'll pass on this one, not hot, because I think you need to start seeing whether the earnings are starting to come through and return to positivity. So over the last 3 years or financial reporting years, it has been a downward trend, which is unfortunate for Sun International. I mean, it's an established brand in SA, but certainly just need to get the mix and the numbers right.
Yeah, because I don't think it's going to get much institutional shareholder love until such time as it demonstrates some kind of sustained, by which I mean 2 or 3 years worth of steady earnings increase. There's been too much noise, too many write-offs, write-downs, adjustments, mistakes, mistimed outcomes, and so on and so forth. So we wish them luck, but for the moment,
we stay out.